This is called Treat Me Like a Stranger. You say you can tell the different parts of me. One a falling bird, another a lonely child. But if it's gonna be you, my judge and my savior, bury me in rock, just like I told you. And if I had a candle, I light it at your end, but you won't light me up, not even a part of me. So let the colors run, my love for my friend, bury me in sand, right until the end. And maybe for tonight, treat me like a stranger, like I was never here, in the wake of the danger. One more time around, and treat me like a stranger, then you won't recognize me, then you won't recognize me. Turn me over, babe, turn me loose and under, and you can drift away, leave me to the lonely tide. But I'm glad it was you, my friend and my lover. Send me to waste, send me down under. At least you told the truth, somewhere so high above, tied to the news. The parts of me swinging underneath, somewhere so high above, tied to the tree. The parts of me, the parts of me, the parts of me. But maybe for tonight, and treat me like a stranger, like I was never here, in the wake of the danger. And maybe for tonight, and treat me like a stranger, oh, like I was never here, in the wake of the danger. Oh, one more time around, now treat me like a stranger, then you won't recognize me, then you won't recognize me.
Bobby Long. The name of the album is Ode to Thinking. Where'd you come up with the title?
The first song I wrote was called Ode to Thinking, and I just like the title, you know. It wasn't really originally. It wasn't really any great thing. It was just I don't know. It just kind of popped out of nowhere, and I wrote the song around it. You know,
it's a great title.
Yeah, I really like it. Yeah, and it kind of it's great. It's good.
So you make your home in New York now. Obviously, you're not a native. Your accent gives you away.
I was originally, but no. I know. Of course, I'm from England, but I feel like New York State is home for me now. You know, I feel like a native.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
So, has living here changed or influenced the way you write songs, or the songs that you write, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's from living here. It's given the songs more of a home. You know, I always felt I'm English, and I'm always going to be English. I was born there. It might be because England's a small island, but now I'm here. It feels like, I'm probably going to move away at some point. But like as of right now, I feel like I'm home. And I feel inspired writing here, whether it's in the city or in Beacon where I live, or wherever really.
When you travel around and you go into different places, are audiences different? Are they different in England as opposed to here, or are they different on the East Coast and the West Coast and the middle of the country?
Yeah, well, the Germans are definitely more respectful from the English and the Americans.
Really?
Yeah, they're just really, really, really attentive. A lot of Europe is actually. England and America is quite similar. It's quite rowdy, and people are quite happy to shout out requests and everything else, which I love. They're both great, but especially Germany, Austria, they're very, very they're very into the experience of just listening, which is great. It's nice to have both.
Yeah, there's a club down in Nashville called the Bluebird.
Yeah,
and
played there. Yeah.
The owner will yell at people if they make noise.
It was just really intimidating. That's really intimidating. I've been in that situation before, and this guy in London, he's in this band called the Choir Boys. It's kind of this metal band from the 80s. He does this thing where if somebody's talking, not when he's playing with the Choir Boys, because they obviously like people jumping up and down, but he's like, tell the person to the right if you just shut the hell up, which is great. But it's wonderful when you play in a room like that. But I think part of me, it might be the English in me, feels like you have to earn that right a little bit. And if they're talking, maybe you need to play a better song.
Well, you don't want to play those clubs where you have to play behind the chicken wire either.
Yeah, no. I'm done with them.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it's interesting. I think people would be interested to know how you funded this new album, because it used to be the record companies would front the money and then they'd gamble that they'd make it back on the sales, but it doesn't work like that anymore.
No, the industry is it's in a weird and wonderful place, but I funded I was with a record label, and then I left them, and with this thing called Pledge Music, where the fans or supporters they pre-order your album, and with the money you earn from that, you make the record, which is wonderful. So it's a direct collaboration between the fan, and I've done it before with other people's records too. But all you're doing is, there are options where you can buy you can buy the whole collection, all the CDs that you ever made, or a poetry book, or a drawing of the artist, but it goes into making the record and releasing the record. And we had a great experience doing it, where we raised well over the amount of money that we thought
and what do you
we asked for.
What do you do with the money that's left over?
We went to Crete for the week.
Oh, nice.
We went on holiday.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, right, sure.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing a suit. No, but all the money goes directly into making the record, paying the producer for studio time, musicians. And it can really go anywhere. Films use it all the time for financing projects, films and documentaries, but. I just actually signed a new record deal, so it's going to be a collaboration between the record label and the Pledge campaign, which is going to be wonderful too. So the money is going to go a bit further, and we're making vinyl now, which is amazing, cool. Which is big, it's really important to me. And originally it was the money was just solely on the release, and now because of the label coming in too and helping distribute, we're able to do exciting things like that, and which is really that's a fan item, that's
right.
Me being a fan, I buy vinyl all the time, so it's great.
Yeah, I still have a turntable or two.
Yeah, or two. Great.
That's great. Can you play another song for us?
Yeah,
we'll come back and we'll talk a little more.
Yeah, this is a song called Something Blue, Something Borrowed. It's pretty hard to believe that when you get told something intact for so long, until you're something blue, something borrowed. And there's church bells, you don't want church bells, but they're left out just like seashells. Now you're feeling cold. You're something blue, something borrowed. And ring, ring the silent and cherished bell that floats out of the sky. And I forget the memory of your kiss. I thought it was forever, not some temporary guy. Now I'm something blue, something borrowed, something replaced. It's pretty hard to believe that you can keep something intact for so long until you're something blue, something borrowed. Then the rumors flow from the open sky to the undergrowth like swallows. You're something blue, something borrowed. So open up the ventricle and close your bloody vestibule. To open up the mind and close the heart. I won't repeat your questions if you won't repeat my answer. And I'm something blue, something borrowed, something replaced. So turn off sorrow until tomorrow. I'm something blue, you're something borrowed. So turn off sorrow until tomorrow. I'm something blue, you're something borrowed. And turn off sorrow until tomorrow. I'm something blue, you're something borrowed. So turn off sorrow until tomorrow. And I'm something blue, you're something borrowed.
Bobby Long. Ode to Thinking, the name of the CD. This CD, where did you make it? Where did you record?
I made it in Austin, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
With a guy called Mark Hallman, who's a great producer. He has a studio called Congress House, which is the oldest running studio in Texas.
Yeah, he's worked with a lot of fairly well-known artists.
Loads,
too.
Yeah, he had his own career at first when he's playing in different bands, and Carole King and Ani DeFranco, Oasis, and like just endless amounts of people. And he really kind of focuses in at the moment with like the local Austin.
How is the process of recording this different from the other albums that you made?
Well, I was a little bit less finicky about it, to be honest. I was a bit more relaxed. The first one was done in London, live to tape, with like a bunch of guys in a room not much bigger than this, and trying to capture this moment, The second one was done with a band, and when I brought a band in, we had rehearsed. And this time it was just me and him, so I would walk in around 11:30, 12, and I would record something to a basic, I'd tell him how, the pace of the song, and he would just record a snare or something to it. So it was done naturally, not necessarily to a click. And then I'd just record the song just like this. Sometimes with the vocals done, sometimes I record the vocals after, and then we would just build the song up, And he plays every instrument, so it was really, really relaxed,
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you write? Are you writing all the time?
Yeah, I do. I decided to take a bit of a break actually, because I've always written, constantly, and for the last 6 months, I just decided to not try and write every day, because I always get to this stage. I've got the record coming out now. I just want to focus on these songs that I've been writing and give them their time under the sun. And usually when I start a tour, I'm getting bored of the record I'm meant to promote.
Yeah.
So, but I ironically, I wrote I've been this week. I've written 5 or 6. I have like 20 new songs.
So you're taking a break.
Yeah, but I'm not.
I see that.
But I write a lot of rubbish.
Okay.
You know? It's a lot of like filler.
You throw it out. Throw that.
Yeah,
one
I just I like Leonard Cohen and like Paul Simon, who I love. Always talking about Paul Simon's like you should really write every day, and Leonard Cohen said something like inspiration is for suckers or something like that. So. Yeah. I just try and I think it's that's my job, I need an excuse for sitting around all day.
Good influences to have.
Oh yeah, great, wonderful. Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap up here. I'm going to play the new single.
Great. Oh, thank you.
As well, because we've been playing it on Acoustic Breakfast. So the listeners are familiar with it. They're familiar with you, and really, I thank you for coming by and stopping and playing some songs.
Thanks for having me. It's a great station. Thank you.